Okay, phase one done, which is basically moving the big stuff. Still got to put all my tools away and stuff and sort out somewhere for these tubs to go, but I've got the staging moved and put my trees on. As I said, there's the beech, the hornbeam, the maples and the Fuji cherry. All of those are going to lose their leaves soon, and the trident maple down there, so they're just going to be sticks. Yeah. So although that looks crowded at the moment, it's only just for autumn, so it doesn't matter much. I'll find somewhere for the tubs when I've done some planting, which isn't now. Right, so that staging's still got to be moved, but I'm having a break. That's got to be moved over here so that I can work here. And yeah, do you know, I might put that there and have all three bits of staging. The trouble is that will look very bare then. Now I think I'll just move it across and give myself room to work. So that's still to be done. And then over here we have a pile. Well, we have two piles actually. So we've cut all this back, and I've cut the fuchsia back. That can be allowed to grow again next year and grow high, so that the understory remains clear, because that got quite crowded. That's opened up that area now. I can see where plants were, but there's no sign of them. So the foxgloves that went in there might have been lost. They're just bare sticks. There's no leaves. But they can stay there because they might shoot out again. I've had foxgloves in tubs that have come back the following year from nothing. So I've had a weed, cut the rows down to nothing. That will grow again, but it won't grow much this year, that's for sure. I can now see the plants that I've already planted. That bush has been taken right down, so again that opens up. Oh, I've missed a weed. Oh, actually I can see another one now. I've looked. I'll get them as I'm going along planting. So I've now got an area there that I can put some plants in. You can now see the salvia. That's all been hidden away behind stuff. That will come back again next year, and there'll be a lot more of it next year as well. So we've got planting areas here. This bush has been taken up to a lollipop, as I said. Again, planting area there. This bush is actually wired to the base of the wisteria. The reason being it was hanging forward a lot. Now, the trouble is if I push it too much, it's going to uproot. And if the roots become too loose, you know, it could actually die. So I'll probably have to put up with it at that angle, or at least for now anyway. And I've taken the top of that down just to round it off. So I can now see the plants that I've already planted. I still don't know what these are coming up here. I think they're the snake's head fritillaries, because I can't think what the hell else they are. They are bulbs, they're not snowdrops, they're not bluebells, so what else can they be? Remains to be seen. None of the others that I planted are showing like that, so I'm still dubious. Yeah, so there's some gaps at the back to get tall stuff in. Yeah, little groups. The foxgloves I want to leave as they are. There isn't really room to get much behind them, not at the moment. So yeah, this whole area is opened up. The rows got put as a separate pile, because when I bag this lot up, I don't want to be grabbing hold of that with my bare hands, and I'd prefer not to work with gloves unless I have to. Trouble is with not having gloves on, you do get industrial injuries. There was a branch that had been cut off, so like a stump, and as I pushed my hand in, it pushed up, so it's a flap basically. It's not a cut, it's a flap. So I stuck it down again and put a plaster on it. That's mainly to keep it clean. So that's phase one. Some staging moved, still a bit to go, but moving that is only stopping me working on that bit. That's all that's stopping me doing. Oh, I've just seen our first ground cover plant from the last lot we planted. That's our first bloom. So that's the first thing to come into bloom. Tiny little yellow stars. So obviously this is growing okay. We have a corner here that can have some taller plants. Only got to trim a bit of these bushes back to let the light in there. Got another corner there. Yeah? I don't know whether there's another paving slab. There's a paving slab here, obviously. If there's another one, then I can't plant there. If there isn't, I can put some stuff there. So we're finding the gaps, slowly but surely. And I need a break now, because that was... moving that heavy stuff is not ideal for me. And, you know, stretching and leaning and bending, cutting all this lot back. So we'll have a break now and have a think about what to do next. It did actually come on to rain at one point, but it was only a few spots, so I let it go and carried on. But there is threats of some sharp showers, in which case I just want to get my tools out of the way so they don't get soaking wet. But if I don't do anything else today, I would like to try and get this lot bagged up and get it out of the way. Because otherwise it's just going to sit there and it'll be in the way of everything else that I do. So I'm going to try and get that bagged up and have a final sweep round, because I haven't been able to sweep up there and get all the leaves up. Get this place tidy and move that staging. And if that's all I get done today, I'll be happy with that. I ought to get some planting done, but the plants are all damp. I know they're bare rooted, but they're in bags. They're not going to dry out. They're fine as they are for now. And then we might have a big planting day tomorrow. And I'll have to work out the plants that can wait, basically. And if they wait, they'll have to wait till Monday, unfortunately. And that is a long time. We'll see what we can do. There's only so much I can do. But, yeah, I'm pleased with that area opened up like that. That looks so much more spacious. That's going to let the light in, so any new plants that are put in there have got some light to take them into autumn and winter. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, could do with getting that lot cleared up. I hate clearing up. That's the bit Hannah enjoys doing, that because it's the final stage. So she's the one that finally does the clearing up. She likes doing that. She's not down till next weekend, not this one coming, the one after. Unfortunately, most of the stuff's all going to be done by then. Apart from that, of course, we have still got that to do. Tends to get a bit forgotten, but still a major job there. I'm hoping to get that done. So at the moment, I'm going to avoid planting close to that area, because we're going to be walking about there, you know. So we don't want to be walking on plants that have just been planted. That might mean those bits are a bit bare until that bamboo's sorted out, and then possibly things can be moved from where they were originally put into that area, or wait till these grow and then take some bits off next year and put in there. Doesn't all have to be done at once. So there we go. That's phase one, virtually complete, but just tidying up to do and one lot of staging left to move. But I'm going to have some lunch now and sit down. I decided to finish off the bit I was doing. So I've put the bird feeder where it goes for the winter, where the birds can hide in the bushes and take short trips to the feeders. They feel more secure, same with the water. I've moved this staging away so that we've got a much bigger, clearer area here, and put the tubs around. They don't matter anymore, they're not going to bloom anymore this year. And as I was moving things around, I realised everything was incredibly dry, and then realised we haven't actually had any substantial rain for some time. We had loads and then we haven't had any. So I've gone round with the hose and watered everything, because it really was quite dry. Now obviously watering will ease off as we head towards winter and it rains more frequently, but certainly bonsai pots can dry out quite quickly if... I mean, it's not warm, but it's not cold. You know, it's probably 21, 22 degrees out here today. It's just pleasantly warm. Anyway, so that's probably going to be it for today. I may come out and have another session and try and clear that up. It's niggling me now, it's there. But anyway, we've watered everything, put the tubs back where they go, and I've just realised I missed one of the plants on the corner and didn't water it. So I'll do it next time. It's supposed to be drought tolerant. Anyway, a morning and part of the afternoon's work, and part of the afternoon maybe clearing that lot up. Probably wouldn't actually take too long if I started. I've only got to get a bag on my bag holder, get the pruners out and just snip away basically, and then I can have a final sweep up. Yeah, I'm pleased with what I've done, even though it's not a completed task, it's not totally finished. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to put my foot there. Yes, we have got another paving slab, so we won't be able to plant directly there. So that one's going to go to about there, and then we have a planting area. So that the paving ends with that one basically, and then we get into an area where if I move the ivy out of the way and everything, I could put some plants that quite like the shade down this area. That remains to be seen. Right, oh, dirty shoe now. Right, that'll do for a bit. I'll get this. This video probably won't get posted till this evening now, because I've got other things to do in the house at the moment. So we'll see how we go.